Imagine a sunrise where two incredible things have always been true. Every fish in the oceans can climb onto land whenever it wants, and every human being is born with a pair of fully functional gills along with our lungs. Earth would still look familiar from space, a blue and green marble, but life on its surface and in its seas would be unrecognizable. The moment fish can walk, coastlines stop being clear boundaries. Picture whole schools of tuna or salmon leaving the water in shimmering waves, trekking across beaches and into forests the way herds of wildebeest cross the savanna today. Some species would remain sleek and finned but sprout strong, jointed fins or stubby legs, like a permanent army of mudskippers. Others might evolve tough, scaled hides to retain moisture on long journeys. Oceans and continents would blend into one giant connected habitat. The food chain on land would be rewritten. Amphibious predators, think shark-sized hunters able to sprint after prey, would compete with lions and bears. Rivers and lakes would become highways for migrating landfish, while far inland farmers might wake to find their fields trampled by wandering schools seeking new spawning grounds. Meanwhile, humans would have gills set neatly along our necks or ribs, allowing us to pull oxygen straight from water. We'd keep lungs, so we could live both above and below the surface. Daily life would change from the moment we're born. Infants could be placed in shallow pools without fear of drowning. Swimming lessons would be as routine as learning to walk. Cities might feature networks of canals and submerged streets where people stroll or drift as easily as they now ride bicycles. Fashion would evolve. Clothes designed to let water flow freely, jewelry that sparkles in both sunlight and the filtered glow of underwater lamps. Sports would expand into 3 dimensions: underwater marathons, deep-sea dance competitions, entire leagues devoted to aquatic games. With half of human life underwater, we'd design homes and workplaces that blur land and sea. Some families might live in floating neighborhoods anchored near coral reefs. Others would dig graceful underwater domes with transparent walls, illuminated by bioluminescent gardens. Transportation would follow new paths. High-speed submersible trains could zip along pressurized tunnels linking deep-sea cities. Cargo ships might offload goods directly to submerged markets, bypassing ports altogether. Energy production would change too. Underwater solar arrays and tidal generators would become everyday infrastructure, easy to maintain when the workforce can live and breathe beneath the waves. Entire industries would flourish. Farming could move beneath the ocean's surface, where humans cultivate kelp forests, coral orchards, and schools of edible fish that roam freely between pens and open water. Tourism would explode around undersea music halls, sculptures, and ancient shipwrecks visited without bulky diving gear. Cultural identity might divide less by nation and more by depth. Shallows dwellers could prefer life near the coasts, while deepers, those who spend weeks in the twilight zones of the ocean, develop unique dialects and customs shaped by the silence and pressure of the deep. But a planet like this would not be without tension. Walking fish would compete directly with terrestrial herbivores for plants and with land predators for prey. Some would overrun farmland, devouring crops and spreading marine diseases to land animals. Humans, suddenly able to harvest the ocean without limits, might strain ecosystems even faster unless strict protections evolved alongside our abilities. Coral reefs and deep-sea vents would need careful stewardship as billions of gill-breathing humans explore every corner of the oceans. At the same time, climate change would play out differently. Rising seas wouldn't threaten to drown cities when people can simply adapt underwater. Coastal migration might be welcomed, not feared, because humanity would treat the seafloor as an extension of habitable land. Politics would shift toward a truly planetary perspective. Nations might claim not just land but sections of the seabed, sparking new treaties and disputes. Ocean currents and undersea resources, manganese nodules, geothermal vents, would become as strategic as oil fields once were. Science would leap forward. Continuous human presence in the deep would accelerate research into marine biology, geology, and climate. We'd watch in person as volcanic vents form new crust, or witness the behavior of creatures once glimpsed only by submersible cameras. Medicine would adapt too. Constant immersion might change our skin and bones. Pressure at depth would reshape our physiology. Over generations we might evolve denser muscles for swimming, improved night vision, or even a broader chest cavity to store oxygen for times we choose to breathe air. Picture an ordinary evening in this world. After work, you slip into a canal behind your apartment and swim effortlessly to meet friends in a submerged cafe glowing with soft blue lights. Outside, a pod of walking tuna trundles past on their migration inland, while children dart between air and water as casually as playground swings. Vacations might mean a week drifting with migrating whales, listening to their songs in the open ocean without scuba tanks. Weddings could be held beneath glowing coral arches, vows spoken in sign language or carried on gentle currents. If fish walked and humans had gills, the boundary between ocean and land would disappear. The planet's great divides, coast and interior, swimmer and sailor, land creature and sea creature, would melt into a single, fluid world. We would not just explore the seas, we would belong to them, sharing Earth with creatures that stride from surf to savanna as easily as we slip from shore to reef. The story of life would no longer be about land conquering water or water conquering land. It would be about a single, living world where every heartbeat echoes through both. Enjoyed this cosmic thought experiment? Tap subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss the next What If journey. Rocket comment below. Which scenario blew your mind most, and what if should we explore next? If today's trip through the universe fascinated you, share this video with a fellow space lover.